girl, Chrissy. So we got Antoine in the building today, and we've got his Hellcat Redeye. What's up, Antoine?
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? So tell us what got you into cars? What made you decide that, you know, above all other interests, that you wanted to get into cars?
Well, I think for me it was being into speed
Mm-hmm.
since I was little. And everyone remember those field days at the end of the school year.
Mm-hmm.
You race a 20-yard dash, and you got over the 30-yard dash. So for me it was
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to be the fastest. I always wanted to be the most powerful. You know, that went into high school sports, college sports,
Right.
career in the Army. So for me it was always
Mm-hmm.
who's the strongest.
Right.
Might not be the lightest, but who's the strongest.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I kind of got into Mopars
Mm-hmm.
in the 80s, looking at the old 70s Challengers, the old
Mhm.
70s Chargers. I was like, man, those things are clean, the body lines are clean.
Right, exactly.
And as the Pony Wars ended and they started back up,
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I could afford a sports car.
Mhm.
My first sports car was a 2009
Mm-hmm.
Dodge Challenger RT.
RT.
Manual.
Mm-hmm. What happened to the Charger that you had? Didn't you have a
I had an 18.
18? Yeah.
I've had a lot of Challengers and Chargers in my time,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been buying Dodge since '96.
I see.
We'll put it like that. I've
And-
been buying Dodge since '96. I've
Mhm.
always had at least one Dodge in the driveway.
Mm-hmm. And then you upgraded to this thing here.
I upgraded to
Awesome.
the 2022
So,
Dodge Charger Hellcat Redeye WideBody in indigo blue.
oh my
I
gosh.
had it ceramic coated
Mm-hmm.
probably 2 weeks after I got it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the color pops a little different, because once you ceramic coat it,
Mm-hmm.
it puts that layer of protection on there, but then the light hits the flake in it,
Mm-hmm.
a lot different. You know,
I see it, yeah.
Kind of has a little purple hue at some angles,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I love it.
Mhm.
It's a driver's car. You're
Mhm.
gonna see nicks in it. You're gonna see rock chips in it. That's
Mhm.
because in 5 months I done put 15,000 miles in it already.
Right.
I've loved every mile of it.
There you go.
Ain't had no issues.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. I didn't know it was actually a 2022. I thought it was maybe another model. So let's talk about, tell us the differences between your engine. I know I just did the review on the jailbreak, Justin's jailbreak. What are the differences between those two Hellcats?
His stock is a 807 at the crank.
Mm-hmm.
So people get confused about crank and rear wheel horsepower, which is what you'll get from a dyno.
Right.
But the only thing I could see with the difference between mine being 797 and his being 807, it could be tuning.
Mm-hmm.
They could have either advanced the timing some, because his intake looks the same as mine.
Mm-hmm.
Supercharger on it. It's got the same 6.2 liter Hemi engine in it.
Mm-hmm.
Our exhausts are the same. So the only thing I can think of is they tuned it a little more to get 807 versus 797.
Right. So just a little bit more horsepower, but somewhat all still the same build, pretty much.
But don't
Nice.
tell him. Okay,
I won't.
you can tell him I said this. I think I already made up that 10. So
I think you did. I think you did.
because one of the first big things I did was I went E85.
Okay.
Well, it's not technically E85. It's a flex fuel kit.
Mm-hmm.
And with the flex fuel kit, I can go between 93 and E85.
So you can flip-flop
And
between.
it's a piggyback fuel system where it reads what I've got,
Right.
and then it helps the computer to tune for that accordingly. And that's generally good for about 20 to 40 horsepower. You know, you got to look at atmospherics and the temperature, the humidity. But generally, I feel a difference when I go on a road trip and I can't find any E85.
I was going to say that must be hard to find one of those that actually has E85.
And a lot of the websites aren't accurate, because I found one in Union City.
Mm-hmm.
I spent this week in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I found one in Union City just stopping at a Shell. I didn't even know Shell had E85.
I didn't either. I mean, that is interesting. So y'all heard it here. Apparently there's a Union City gas station that has E85. That is interesting, because I always wonder how that worked. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the last time I checked, there was one in Alabama that a lot of people went to. But I heard that they were building one like closer by to Columbus. But I'm not sure how that went.
Yeah, that builder put out a feeler out that's building that new gas station, and he said, if I have E85 available, will you come? Most of us have just been chiming in.
I know they would, yeah.
Really encourage him. I mean, if you're going to Montgomery, you know, you can stop in Auburn or Opelika. There's 2 stations there that have E85. But if I'm staying here local, it's kind of out of the way.
Right.
Seeing I'm retired military, I can go on Fort Benning. There's one gas station in Fort Benning that has E85. So that's always an option. But it's safe horsepower. Didn't have to tune for it, although once I get my tuner.
Right. Since you just said that, then what would be your favorite car, number one, above all else? And you can't say power because that's cheating. What other than that would you say is your number one favorite thing about this car?
I would say the body lines.
Body lines, so like the wide body on it.
The wide body lines, because like you alluded to earlier, I had a 2018 Dodge Charger RT with the 5.7. She was barely stocked by the time I got done with her. And I loved her. I loved the look. I didn't lower it, but when I saw the wide body kits on this, I feel like it completes the body lines of the Charger.
Right.
So it was a no-brainer when I went to the wide body. That this is what I love about it is I love every time I get out the car, I turn around and look back at it.
There you go. You gotta look back at it. That's what they say.
You don't look back at your car.
You don't love it.
You got the wrong car, or that's just a daily driver.
There you go. You got that right. You got that right.
You can change so many settings to make this vehicle somewhat docile.
Right.
You know? It's not even the black key and the red key.
Right.
I can go in on the touchscreen menu and change it to 500 horsepower. I can go on the touchscreen and change it to eco mode, which has it in 500 horsepower mode. Plus, it also keeps it in gear longer, so you don't have to worry about it shifting so much and putting you in the power band.
Right.
So I mean,
that's definitely a benefit.
My wife's a little lady.
Right.
And she can. I don't have any problems giving her the keys and driving the car because I know the car is so smart. It'll keep her safe. You're not going to just do a burnout or a donut.
Yeah.
Turn certain things off. So if you give it too much power, it's going to pull the power out. It's going to pull timing out to keep you in the safe zone to keep you doing something crazy.
So it's got its own little safety band that just keep you in a certain. That sounds good.
Whenever you're ready for more power, you know, and there's enough YouTube videos out there, you can find out how to get more. If you like, you try it once and say, whoa, that's too much for me. Guess what? There are enough safety features at the push of the screen to get you back in your comfort zone until you're ready for more.
There you go.
Links that are shorter,
right?
So that with the shorter sway bar end links, I can fit 17-inch drag wheels on there.
Right.
I've got thicker traction bars, so it's real solid. You can feel it.
Yeah.
In the rear end. So
that sounds like that costs money too.
There's no side to side. It's straight.
Straight ahead.
Arm straight. So I'll find out the limits of the tire real quick.
Oh, I know you will. Well, let's check out the interior and see what we got going on in there. Let's see what we had going on in here. All right. May I sit?
Oh, yes.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, the steering wheel. That is amazing. So when you crank the car on, like, I guess, like, the steering wheel, like, adjusts to basically... It
goes to my my driver 1 settings. And so the steering wheel comes down to how I have it set. And the seat comes up and leans back to the setting that I already have it set at. So it makes it easier to get out. It's called the driver comfort mode.
The driver comfort mode. Okay, that's nice. So, like, what kind of exhaust is that? Is that like, what kind of tips you got going on?
So, I went with Big Boys tips. They're 5-inch tips, 2 3/4 to 5-inch tip. I kept the stock resonators on there to kind of help manage the drone on highway driving, and then I swapped out the mufflers for they're called full bore racing mufflers. They're a single chamber, but they're almost the exact same design as Flowmaster Super 10s. And then I swapped out the very weak factory X pipe for a true 3-inch X pipe. It helps even out the exhaust for exhaust scabbing.
That's what it, because when you started revving it sounded more like a hot rod, kind of like an old school kind of muscle sound. So that's what you say. If it's similar like to the Flowmasters, then you know what I'm saying, that's why it sounds like.
See, these are all the different menus. So as I'm driving, you see how much torque you got going, how much horsepower that is presenting, and then that's your PSI coming from the supercharger, how much air is forced into the engine.
Right. So what's your max PSI?
15 right now.
So he can change the G-force in here too. That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
So like right here, this is all my peaks. You know, the rear G-forces is like me launching left and right, because I like to hit the curves. I don't care what nobody says. She might be a big girl.
Yeah.
But I like to hit the
throw
curves,
them hits. Yeah.
Pine Mountain.
Yeah.
And then like the front's like you're braking. So how hard you brake.
Right.
These Brembos work really well.
Right.
Seconds, but this is just at the flywheel. Obviously, to get a true dyno reading, you can get on a
actual dyno.
Put it on a dyno. That's, you got the car chain down, the wheels are on the drum, and then you'll get what you're putting to the ground. This is just what it'll be putting at the flywheel.
Right.